So finally the leaks, rumors, and speculations are put to rest. The next character, which I'm sure most of you guys are not even surprised by at this point, is in fact Kolin. So Capcom didn't troll us. They did change her name though. They're using her true identity, Kolin, not Helen, which was featured in the story mode. She is known as the Phantasm of Snow and Ice, and I'm pretty sure she's the only Street Fighter character that uses exclusive ice attacks. We also got a gameplay trailer featuring a track from Lupe Fiasco as predicted, but I doubt they'll be using that as her actual theme since all the Street Fighter V trailers use third-party music. Capcom also made a blog post about her with some details on who she is and how she'll play, so let me read this off for you guys. So, after working in the shadows for Gil and his secret Illuminati organization, Kolin makes her Street Fighter V debut. First appearing in Street Fighter 3, Kolin works behind the scenes in order to fulfill the prophecy of Miraha and stop any who dare stand in Gil's way. She is typically calm and collected, but can suddenly fly into a rage when anybody threatens Gil and his plans. Spoiler alert, she resurrects Nash and uses him as a pawn too, showing she will do anything to achieve her goals. It also says, Kolin excels in the Russian martial arts of Sistema, which I think means the system, utilizing the opponent's momentum against them and executing various slash-like attacks and knife hand strikes. Gil has bestowed upon her the power of ice, allowing her to augment her fight style with frigid blasts and deadly icicles. So all those people that speculated that Gil gave her powers were right. She is often heard speaking condescendingly towards her opponents, knowing they don't stand a chance before her, let alone Gil. So, and also it says, where did her hatred of Shadowloo come from and how did she originally become involved with Gil? Be sure to check out her character story to find out. So we will. So the blog also briefly goes over her V skills, her V trigger, and her super, so let's talk about that now. So let's start with her V skill, which is called Inside Slash. It says, Kolin's unique counter allows her to deflect and automatically punish incoming moves with ease. So this looks like a forward moving attack with the ability to parry as well during the startup. Really, really cool. So from briefly looking at the trailer, you can see that it looks like she's comboing this from a target combo, and then you can only see the second slash of it, which knocks down the opponent. So this looks like she has a reliable way of gaining V-gauge without actually having to parry the opponent. But she does show her using the V-skill to parry Urien at least twice in the trailer during the startup of it, so I don't know if the timing is tight or if you can hold it down, because it says with ease, but that could be misleading. But anyways, you hear the actual parry sound, which tells me that it is a parry, you don't take any damage, and then it's not like an armor attack, right, where you build great life. And she converts into a throw automatically afterwards, so she probably can set up some big mix-up situations afterwards, which is really cool. And it seems to be like the trend that they want with Street Fighter 3 characters to have parry, because Alex has parry, but not Urien though. Let's move on to her V-trigger now, which is called Diamond Dust. I can't believe they call it Diamond Dust, man. People actually guessed this. Anyways, it says, with a full V meter, Kolin can slam the ground twice with her foot, each time shooting out a path of sharp icicles across the floor. In addition to damage and stun, this move freezes the opponent's stun gauge. While in this special state, the stun gauge will not deplete, and if Kolin is successful in stunning the opponent, they'll be frozen in place. So this is really original. So first off, her V-trigger is a 2-bar V-trigger, which is really rare when it comes to DLC characters in Street Fighter V. Top tier confirmed, 2-bar V-trigger. And this can be done 2 times total, and first off, you use it once and it does the screen freeze, and then it creates a V-gauge timer that starts to drain, and then if you use her V-trigger one more time, it drains the entire remaining V-gauge. You can see that she can easily combo into this V-trigger instead of just doing it raw, so it's definitely a combo tool. And also has a new mechanic in the game that freezes them after you combo into the freeze. So once you freeze them, whatever stun they had built up turns blue, and now it's frozen, and then the stun will not deplete. It will stay there, hopefully for a limited time, otherwise this would be super overpowered. But anyways, as you build up the stun, if you dizzy them at that point, instead of being dizzy, they'll be frozen in place, which is pretty much the same thing, right? Unless there's added scaling. They're probably going to put some added scaling because it's a frozen state, right? But that's still really insane. Keeping the stun gauge still is really scary in Street Fighter V. So this is pretty insane because you could combo into this, freeze them, reset them, or just build the stun gauge in general, which freezes them again. And since you can use this V-trigger twice, you can combo into another freeze. This sounds super OP. But I guess it's going to create a lot of mix-up situations, a lot of resets. So I can't wait to see the potential of this. And of course, a lot of damage scaling. There's going to be so much scaling on this, for sure. But we thought there'd be a lot of scaling with Aegis Reflector, so I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, moving on to her super, which is called Frost Tower. Kolin dashes forward with a slice of her hand. If the attack connects, she'll continue summoning large icicles from the ground, throwing the opponent into the air and shattering the ice to drop them to the ground. She dashes forward while doing this, so I'm going to assume this is good for going through fireballs, for example, but she can easily combo into it as well, you can see from the trailer. Tough to see how far the opponent is after the super, so I can't tell if this is used so you can zone the opponent better by pushing them really far away, or if you're like close to them and you can set up a mix-up situation afterwards, since she looks like she's a heavy mix-up character as well. And it doesn't seem to freeze the opponent afterwards, which would be super OP if she can freeze them other ways without using her view trigger. Finally, Capcom has already showed off her story mode, premium, and her nostalgia costume. What? For a character that we haven't even played before, they have a nostalgia costume. Oh man, Alex and Ibuki players, single tier, man. This is funny. Like seriously, the initial announcement was Alex and Ibuki were getting nostalgia costumes, and then there's all these new characters, even characters we haven't even played before, that have these costumes. That's really funny. Anyways, it's her secretary costume from, she's like Gil's assistant, right? So yeah, it looks cool though, right? So, anyways, also, if you happen to purchase the Season 2 Pass, you brave soul, you'll also receive an exclusive PS4 theme, The Value. So now you can boot up your PS4 every morning and guess which the next 4 characters are. So yeah, Kolin will be released on February 28th. They weren't kidding when they said this month. February 28th, which is the very last day of February, which is on a Tuesday. I was guessing March 2nd, so I was close. You gotta give me that. Anyways, have your guys' opinions changed on Kolin now that you actually get to see her play? For the people that weren't hyped, for the people that were hyped for Kolin, are you guys even more hyped seeing how she's played? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Don't forget to like the video and be sure to subscribe because I'll definitely be going through the trailer and breaking it down in much more detail. So till then, guys, take care.